Hello, I'm here today with Fab Stanghieri, and he is the Managing Director of Cineplex Digital Media. Hi, Fab.
Morning.
Now, Stanghieri, obviously that's a good Italian name, but I can't pronounce it properly.
It is. It's Stanghieri, but you did very well with Stanghieri.
I like that, yeah. I thought Stanghieri, yeah, that's good. Now, not only are you the Managing Director of Cineplex Digital Media that we know of in our industry, if you like, digital signage and digital out of home, but you're one of the Executive Vice Presidents of Cineplex, and you've been there for some time.
I've been there for 25 years, just celebrated an anniversary in a number of different roles, mainly on the retail side with real estate, developing the portfolio of assets that we currently have, including our newest concept, the Rec Room. So yeah, it's been an interesting career.
Yeah, the Rec Room is down the road, I think, from where we are filming today.
It is.
We may get a chance to talk about that a little bit later. So the cinema business, has it changed very much in 25 years?
The cinema business has gone through a series of disruptions, much like retail today. And what's interesting about my career and what I've learned along the way is disruption isn't always so bad. We were disrupted by the VCR. We were disrupted by the color TV. We were disrupted by Netflix. We've been written off so many times.
Okay.
But not only do we bounce back stronger. And at the foundation of everything we do is data, understanding our customers and understanding the changing demands of content, which is a great fit for the last part of my career, which I've been overseeing the media business for a period of time. For the last 10 years, I've been supporting Cineplex Digital Media, and it's all about content.
Right. And so CDM, something happened in 2019. You merged it, or
CDM and Cineplex Media came together, right. We've been working to make 1 + 1 = 3 in these two businesses in the midst of the pandemic. But it's been an exciting change for the organization, given the demands the marketplace is putting on our media teams and how we can support with CDM and our thought leadership and how we approach it.
And actually, you have quite a few global customers, global clients. You have a whole bunch of in-house experts. You've done a lot of technology stuff as well, which we'll talk about, and some AI bits and pieces. Just explain a little bit then of your opinion of the digital out-of-home media or the digital out-of-home world today, because it is changing. And
it is.
You're one of those companies that's changing that perception of media.
Thank you. It's, I was involved with the acquisitions of the groups that ultimately made up CDM, and there were a lot of hangers and bangers of equipment and QSR focused.
Yep. There was EK3 was one
exactly.
of those.
EK3 was the granddaddy of digital signage.
It was.
I'm very proud to say.
When did you acquire EK3?
Oh, it would have been 10, 12 years ago.
Oh,
now.
wow. Okay, I'm showing my age then, if I can remember that.
And what's interesting there is their DNA was really innovation focused. And that's flowed through who we are today and how we continue to drive forward. You mentioned AI. Smart Engine for us is a game changer, because what we recognize is that hyper-contextualized content to the right individual, personalized, is key in digital at home, much like the movie exhibition business. People come to see a big experience on screen. So for us, creating relevant content that connects with an individual on the path to purchase is how we drive our business forward.
I was going to ask you about Smart Engine a little bit later on, but you've touched on the subject now. I think you briefed a whole bunch of journalists we forget, was it last year or early last year?
It was last year, yeah.
When you announced it, Smart Engine.
Yes.
And you pitched it as an AI product. I think I was quite impressed. I think I wrote some glowing stuff about it. Explain a little bit about it. It's not just weather pattern, weather activated type things. There's more things about looking at the tills, look at what's selling, what could be selling, etc. Explain how that works.
So the approach we've taken with Smart Engine is how can we create more contextualized content opportunities for an individual on the path to purchase. There's multiple variables that go into it. Coming back to EK3, in early days, they were already working with content that was triggered by events, triggered by weather patterns. We went from that to now having the ability to populate it with multivariables. I think most recently we've tested 13 different variables that run through the machine, and the machine determines the best piece of content based on those variables at that time.
So it's very much data first.
Data is the biggest driver for everything we do now, let alone Smart Engine. And I think it's what makes us unique in this industry. And as we've brought these two groups together, it was our media team that saw the benefits in us being able to support their storytelling that happens for brands in our digital out-of-home environments.
So the media team, what's typically their job? They're creating and they're selling media on behalf of your clients. I mean, Cineplex are one of your clients, of course, but you've got lots of other clients
We
as well.
sell on-screen advertising in cinema. We sell pre-show. We sell programmatically in both of those environments. We sell in shopping centers, in office towers, in en route stations. So we have a wide spectrum of media offerings. And where we've tried to specialize as we brought these groups together is really focusing on finding addressable audiences for brands and working with them to actually identify the best fit so that they could get the best return on their investment in their media buy.
Now that's allowed you to find, during COVID, where we probably all struggled a little bit, I suspect, to find you some new vertical sectors. I think I heard that one of them is probably grocery. Are you allowed to talk about that?
We can, yeah. We just recently signed up one of Canada's larger grocers. Really excited about the grocery industry. The other one that we're focusing on, which is growing rapidly in Canada, is cannabis. So we've identified the retail explosion in cannabis is, for us, a very interesting opportunity. What we found out is that a large part of the transactions that happen in the retail cannabis environment actually happen at the till.
Okay.
People don't come in with a decision as to what they want. There's a lot of people that are new to this.
I would imagine lots of people are new to this.
and the digital signage and the menu boards, if you can imagine being very simplistic, can support their decision buying process to align their buy with what they're looking for out of the product.
Okay. So grocery and cannabis are the two big vertical sectors you sort of discovered.
Yes, and we've been in banking and QSR for a long time.
Right.
Banking in particular has, we see lots of potential with Smart Engine in particular.
Yeah.
We've rolled out, I think it's close to 1,000 locations now with it, and the results are very promising, very, very promising. And that's, the most interesting part of what we do today versus what we've done in the past. In the midst of COVID, you probably a racing fan being from the UK, there's that saying, you go slow to go fast sometimes. You go slow into a corner to actually link all those with very fast lap times. During COVID, we doubled down on what can we do while we're slow? What is changing in the marketplace? Talk to our customers, talk to industry folks. And it all came back to how can we be more efficient by targeting? How can we be more efficient? And we launched our programmatic solution, and we launched our Smart Engine solution. And now we've rolled that out to close to 1,000 of one of Canada's largest banks.
So now you're on a roll with that innovation. Is there something else we should expect from the Smart Engine camp?
There is.
We're looking. You can't say, can you?
What I can tell you is what we're looking at now is Smart Ad Programmatic.
Okay.
And then we've got another one in the pipeline that I've been sworn to secrecy. Really exciting. And
it's okay. Nobody watches these programs.
It's meant to target smaller brands and retailers that don't have the infrastructure and support behind them. How do we take away the pain points of the media buy? How do we take the pain points of creative, which is such a big word, and I need an agency? No, we provide creative services.
Right.
And we think we've got a pretty smart solution on engaging those retailers on the path to purchase.
Right. Okay, that's interesting. Now, you have a guy who's in charge of your programmatic, Tom. I can't remember his surname.
Woisburn, yeah.
Can't pronounce his surname, I remember it. He's been talking a lot about attribution.
Right.
This is the thing that the CFOs and the brands really want. This is the thing that you obviously know from your media day. So tell us a little bit about attribution, because that's something that very, very few people cover.
We have lots of great examples on our website of how we've proven attribution using different technologies, notably the Keels.
Keels is a brand of yours?
Keels
the customer of yours.
We've done work with them.
The face people.
Yes, we've done work with them to show that we can actually drive foot traffic through leased lines in a retail environment. Check it out. Very interesting. I think Tom recognizes that attribution is not just a buzzword anymore. Our media sales teams are supported by our data science folks, one of which was just in here earlier, to support, this is the campaign we're building out. This is the addressable audience we're looking for. This is how we could target them. This is the type of message, and this is the time when they're going to be in front of that screen. And with the use of AVA today, we actually can narrow down the gender so that we can target individuals at very specific times. Attribution.
So you're big fans of anonymous video.
Anonymous
analytics.
video analytics, yes.
Yeah.
Used in an appropriate environment, yes. What it gives us is the ability to target. What it gives us is the ability to understand who's in front of the screens. I do believe, though, attribution, which was the buzzword, is now real. It is the real deal. It's part of the process today.
Right. So it's part of every campaign and part of every piece of digital signage you put out.
Given our background, being as innovative as we have, given the investments we've made in our data science teams, given the investment that Cineplex has made in the program, given the amount of first-party data we have and access to it just makes for much easier conversations as those conversations have changed over time.
Now we've covered how you've managed to pivot during COVID and picked up a couple of new vertical sectors, which is fantastic, of course. What do you think is one of the main business challenges that you've fixed for some of your clients?
During COVID, a lot of our clients recognized the power of these systems. They recognized that they were in the midst of a retail transformation, a digital transformation. They kind of came together at the same time. But early days especially, it was, I need to be agile. I need to be able to put information up that can support people in terms of, this is what we're doing to protect you against COVID. These are what we've introduced in terms of changes. In digital drive-through, for example, how do we get people through the line? And it's just the conversations with our clients now, they're looking for thought leadership. They're not looking for a simple screen on a wall. We've done that for 20 years. There's lots of people that do that, hang and bang out screens. But whether you're selling BMWs or burgers, you need to be able to connect with the individual. You need to be able to do that quickly. Market forces change rapidly, and we saw that in COVID. How can we support to ensure that you are reacting or acting proactively versus just reacting? And our clients appreciate that. The conversations have changed. The people we're talking to are very different. We don't really deal with procurement people as much as we did. IT people, not so much.
Right.
We're getting to the CMO. The CMO was the storyteller, the chief storyteller.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So with your 25 years with Cineplex, you're a true industry veteran there. And you've just reminded me of my own age with the EK3 thing, because I can remember writing about that when we first started our blog 12 years ago, I'm thinking now. The media world's changed, obviously, and digital out of home is viewed in a different way. You're obviously a very different animal to somebody who might be a large billboard company or a company that just, as I say, does hang and bang, or a company that just does digital signage. So what's your view on the future of the media that is digital out of home? What do you see?
The discussions I have with the leaders of these agencies are all about how can we sit down and think of a different way to connect with those who need to hear what we're saying, which is very different than put up the message on the screen and we'll just, now they want to be able to actually measure the return on investment. Given my background, return on investment on building a $10 million it's everything we do. I work very closely with the CFO. The CFOs are now supporting the marketing folks.
Right.
So it helps that we've been there. We've done that. We can talk the language. We have the financial support. We have account executives versus procurement folks.
Without dishing on agencies, most agencies probably just want to put something up which is relevant and memorable. You're saying it needs to be measurable as well.
Absolutely. We're big believers in RMM, relevant, measurable, and I'm drawing a blank on the last M. Relevant, memorable, and I'm not going to say monotonous. But yes, you're absolutely right. And that's the key. It's having the right content, targeting the right individual. And the CMOs of groups are seeing this today.
So we're coming up now to the, soon be Christmas, I guess, and Halloween for you guys, and Thanksgiving. What's in the future for 2022 for Cineplex Digital Media? Just to finish off, what are you really looking forward to?
We're looking forward to continuing to develop our innovative solutions, put them out into market with pilots, report on those pilots, continue to roll out Smart Engine, continue to put out great content that shows the power of good digital signage solutions. We never forget where we came from. we're in the impressions business. We make them worth more, do more, deliver more. And that's what we measure. And that's what brands really like to hear. So we're just going to keep getting better at that. And just know that if we deliver more, everything will come together.
Right. And we'll see you more outside of Canada and North America as well, I'm assuming?
I can't speak of that, but yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. We will. You'll continue to see us, and as we grow the business, what we found through COVID as well is that the boundaries have shrunk. There's lots of interest in what we're doing from around the world. So yes.
Brilliant. Okay, Fab. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.